People, we are Tottenham TV. Tottenham 2, Chelsea 1. Roberto De Zerbi has sat down and done his post-match press conference, and some interesting things have been said. We're going to go through them and see what we think. But the first up, he was talking about Richarlison. He was asked, Richarlison's only got 12 months left in his contract, but he keeps coming up in moments. Are Spurs, for Spurs, and he knows where the net is. What does the future lie for him in your eyes? And he says, I don't know, because I like him as a player, as a guy. It's unbelievable, the attitude and behaviour. But at the end, we have to respect what the player wants to do. And we know, every one of us knows what he wants to do. But for me, he's still an important player, because it's not so easy to find another striker like Richarlison, because Richarlison scores goals and he knows the way. The new striker, we don't know. The other striker, we don't know. He scored 12 goals last season, not through luck, because he feels the way to score. And then he was asked a follow-up question saying, are you saying that he does want to leave? And then De Zerbi says, I don't know. I didn't understand well, because sometimes he said he wants to stay, sometimes he leaves. We have to speak anyway. There is not any problem. He's a lovely guy. All of us love him. The teammates, the club, the staff, because he works hard every day. Seriously, every day. And we can't say anything on the pitch. So very confusing there.
I mean, if Richarlison's current stance is I want to stay and I'm happy at Tottenham, surely he wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say, oh, sometimes he says he stays, sometimes leave. He surely would only say that if currently Richarlison is saying he wants to leave. Then maybe he's like, oh, maybe I can change his mind, or maybe he will change his mind and maybe he'll decide he wants to stay, because before he said he wants to stay. Yeah. So that makes me think that he's saying he wants to leave.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, but he's also, maybe he's thinking in his head like Richarlison just keeps changing his mind, whether he wants to stay, whether he wants to leave. We need to sit down with him and see where his head's properly at. We need to come to a final decision here. Does he want to stay? Does he want to leave?
I just don't think you say it publicly that he's unsure if the current stance is he wants to stay.
100%. So, I mean, obviously, the latest thing we've heard from the press or from ITKs or whoever it was, saying that Richarlison wants to stay at the club.
Unless Roberto is kind of subtly pushing him to leave. And that's the only reason you would say that, if his current stance is he wants to stay.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've all been talking about Richie, we all want to upgrade him. I do think De Zerbi's correct when he says he can't guarantee any striker is going to come in and be as guaranteed goals as Richarlison, who, when he is fully fit, his goal scoring record is pretty decent. It's not outstanding or outrageous, but it's good. It's like pretty decent. Like
his goals to minutes ratio is actually really good.
It's good. So obviously, when you have a player like that who you know will score goals, you want to make sure you're upgrading on him before you let him go. So I understand that as well, but I just think physically Richie isn't what he used to be, and he's still got that knack of knowing right place, right time, where to be in the box and stuff like that.
Sense is very good.
Positioning's good. He's still a decent finisher when he gets those first time finishes and crosses and stuff like that, and his ability to sniff out the goals. He just has this way of being in the right place at the right time. He just has that. So that's always going to get him goals. But if we're talking about progressing the team as a whole, then I think, everyone agrees moving on from him would probably be the best thing.
Yeah, look, if we are serious about bringing in number 9, we've heard about Cody Gakpo. Is he that number 9? Does Zerbi see him as a number 9, or does Zerbi see him playing more off the left? I'm not too sure about that. I mean, when I heard the thing this morning about Gakpo, I assumed the plan would be Savinho, Gakpo, and Kudus, but I'm still unsure. Like, is the plan, if we sell one of Richarlison and Solanke, does the plan change then? And we're looking for an out-and-out number 9, or is Gakpo the plan to succeed at a potential Richarlison or Solanke? It's an interesting thought to think about. I mean, what do you think about that?
I don't know. I didn't read the Gakpo signing as he's come into play as number 9. I mean, maybe he would be an option there, and he's played there before. And maybe De Zerbi can convert him, but I wouldn't assume it until I started seeing when he's come in, okay, he actually is playing him number 9, and then I'd be like, okay, that's what he's going to do. But I would assume he's coming to play in his natural position, which is off the left, and then obviously compete with Tel, Savinho, and Kudus as for those spots, and that kind of makes sense to me because you've got Tel and Gakpo, Savinho and Kudus, and obviously you can mix and match of whatever you want, but that kind of gives balance to both sides.
Where did he play? What was his position before he joined Liverpool? Wasn't it more of a number 9?
No, I think it was a left winger.
Like for PSV?
Yeah, I know. Pretty sure it was more of a still left winger. Let me see. He has played 66 times to Liverpool up front, so he is used to that position. Yeah, left winger, pretty exclusively.
Okay.
He's been more up front for Liverpool than PSV.
Right.
What about Netherlands? You ever play up front for Netherlands?
It's mainly off the left for them, I think.
Doesn't know. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I could see him though being that in a similar mould to Krupi and Marmouche that we've spoken about, being that 9.5 kind of player. I think he's got the qualities to do it. He is tall. He's got good finishing ability. He's got decent speed. He's a strong, got broad shoulders. So I could see the vision. I just wouldn't have assumed that's why we're bringing him in to play that. I would assume we bring him to play on the left and you bring in another striker.
If that is the case, that we're bringing him in to play off the left, right, Savinho we're bringing in to cover both options on the wing. Surely if Richarlison leaves, we have to bring in another number 9 then.
Yeah, that's what I'd hope for.
And I wonder who that player could be. I mean, obviously that doesn't seem like there's a plan for it as of yet, because it sounds like De Zerbi, from what he's saying, would like to keep Richarlison. I guess maybe the plan is to sell Solanke. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, my preference would be to sell a striker and to bring one in. I think that's everyone's preference right now, to someone that can come in, get minimum of something like 15 goals a season, and we can all sail off into the sunset and play Champions League football next season. But very interesting what De Zerbi is saying.
Judging by those
Richarlison.
quotes, do you feel like he's leaving?
I do, actually. I think I'm more convinced he was leaving today than I was yesterday, basically.
Yeah, me too. I get the feeling maybe it's he wants a new challenge or something.
Yeah, which is a shame and it's not a shame, both in the same way, because I said I prefer to keep him over Solanke, but then again, I've also said that I don't mind if either one go, that we need to upgrade on both of them. So, is what it is. He was also speaking about Archie Gray and the captaincy. He was asked, you made Archie Gray captain in all the games on this tour. What's the reason behind that? Is that a message in any way, or is he a real contender? And he says, because I am the coach and I decide. No, because I spoke with Ben Davies before speaking with Archie Gray, because he is the natural captain anyway. I think it has been more important for Archie than for Ben. It is like to give Archie something more for confidence, like last season I said he is the future of this club, but also to present he is important for us because he can cover 2 or 3 positions on the pitch. He doesn't love too much to play right back, but I think to be a captain, you have to think of the group, the team, the club, and then yourself. It's something more to give him because he deserves to be important for this club. Even if he plays in different positions, even if he's not the first 11, it's important. Like Bergvall, because for Lucas, I have the same opinion, same idea. And yeah, I mean, we were speaking, weren't we, before the game about, all these players like Andy Robertson and Ben Davies on the pitch, but Archie Gray's been given the captaincy. And this is kind of the reason or the conclusion that we came to, to show confidence in the player, show him or to give him like a bit of a different mentality about things. And I think that's basically what De Zerbi's saying here.
Yeah, I wonder as well if it's also in his mind that to kind of prevent him becoming disillusioned, because maybe he's aware that with the season coming up, minutes might be more limited than they were previously for him, because obviously we had European games, all that kind of stuff, and Gray was getting plenty of game time. And with the injuries, obviously he was always in the team, but now we've got signed those 2 midfielders, and right now we've got Porro and Spence. We don't know what's going to happen with them, but right now we've got 2 right backs as well. So, he just doesn't. He wants to make sure, you're still really important to me. I really value you. I think you're a great player. You're a future captain. I'm going to give you the captain's armband to show that. And maybe it's in line for down the line. He doesn't lose hope that his Tottenham career is still not going in the right direction, even if minutes this season without Europe are more limited.
And then he was asked about Romero, saying there are reports in Argentina that Spurs have agreed a deal with Inter Milan for Cuti Romero. Can you give us any updates? And he says, I don't know. I texted Cuti yesterday, this morning and yesterday, but to make a plan for when he's going to come back to London, but not for any transfer market. Also, it's not my job. You have to ask Johan and Vinay. I know there are many solutions in the transfer market, but I don't know. I don't follow the negotiation. So he's saying he's been texting Romero, but not about any transfer, about when you're coming back.
Exactly. He's telling him about build-up patterns, and he's telling him about trading regimes, and Romero's probably ignoring all of it right now. But yeah, obviously he's going to say that. But he said in the previous press conference, didn't he, that he has to respect Romero's will to leave. So I think it's no secret that we know Romero wants to leave, and even though he's kind of giving a bit of a coy answer there, it's he said it before. So
I reckon he's messaged Romero, just accept the contract, mate.
Yeah, just come on, sign it, mate. Sign the contract so we can all move on. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see if it's going to be Inter or... He says many solutions, so I wonder if he means there are other teams in for him, but we'll see.
And last but not least, he was asked about Kinsky, and he said Kinsky was very good today. How good can he be? And he says, I think he can improve in build-up a lot, but he'll reach for sure the top. Working with the goalkeeping coach and me, he will create the training just for him to better understand the free player, to understand better everything he needs. He is very clear with the pass, but he can become faster in the decision in build-up. He has all the qualities to become one of the best, also in the build-up, the distribution. So very interesting. You know, we all praise Antonin Kinsky in the build-up, but De Zerbi ain't satisfied. He wants more, and he wants him to get better. Yeah,
because obviously we can see he's a very talented player with the ball at his feet in terms of his accuracy with his passes, especially his long-range passes, and obviously the shorthand, his bravery on the ball when he's got the ball at his feet, his willingness to invite the pressure and not be overawed by that. So I think we can all acknowledge that, but I think he's thinking that he's so good with the ball, like he can take it up a notch. Like what he's showing right now, he's still like not showing his full potential. Like maybe he can play
levels,
like you can play it quicker if you want it. You could start playing inside to the pitch of the free man. You could really open up the pitch for us and be an even more important player in build up because you've got so much more skill. Right now, what you're offering is great, and you know you've got a good long range clip and all that kind of stuff. But you could be even more than that with the quality that you got. So I love that from De Zerbi. It's kind of like he's kind of pushing him because he knows how good he is. Yeah. I feel.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. And it's quite exciting, isn't it, when you hear these kind of words from De Zerbi, how much he believes in him, how far he can go in the game. And, you know, the one criticism that we always had of him before the last 7 games was his shot stopping and everything like that. And that seems to be incredible now. So we are looking at a young goalkeeper flourishing right now, and his development is just going up notches and notches and notches every time we see him play. So I'm absolutely delighted for Antonin Kinsky. Another great performance from him today, top saves, and he was great on the ball. But De Zerbi wants more. He ain't satisfied, so it's great to hear. And that should be the same for every player, you know. However good you are, you can get better. And under De Zerbi, they will get better. So, yeah, those were the key kind of questions and answers from the press conference after the 2-1 win against Chelsea today. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.